Today, we're going to be talking about my pitch for the Nintendo Switch Pro, so let's get straight into this. Did you know that only a small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed? So if you do end up enjoying the video, please make sure to check that you're subscribed as it helps out the channel a lot. Hey guys, Captain Infinity Films here, and welcome back to another awesome video where today, rumors have been extremely persistent lately about the possibility of Nintendo releasing a Nintendo Switch Pro in 2021. Now, I'm pretty sure this comes with Nintendo reportedly purchasing a bunch of screens from Samsung that reportedly have the same resolution as the Switch, but whatever, it's not really that big a deal. So today, to celebrate the rumors of the Nintendo Switch Pro, I'd like to pitch my idea for the Nintendo Switch Pro, and my pitch, if you will. But before I begin with that, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome content just like this. We are trying to get to 100 subscribers on the channel, so if you could help with that, that'd be much appreciated. And also, please go follow me on Twitch. We do lots of fun live streams over there, so if you are interested, go check me out in the link in the description down below. But with all that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. So, now comes the time where I will be pitching my ideas for what I would love to see in a Nintendo Switch Pro model. Now, this video is going to be split into two parts. The first part is going to be some quality of life improvements, and the second part is going to be new play styles for the Nintendo Switch. And honestly, both of these are equally important, but we're going to first be covering the quality of life improvements that I think should be included in the Switch Pro model, that I think need to be included in the next Switch Pro model. So let's get straight into this. Firstly, let's address the elephant in the room, and that is Joy-Con drift. Honestly, if Nintendo is making a Switch Pro, they 100% need to fix Joy-Con drift. Honestly, this is the least likely out of all of them because they've been making Joy-Con for 4 years now and they've all started drifting. But ideally, with the Nintendo Switch Pro, they would fix Joy-Con drift. The next thing that I think the Nintendo Switch Pro needs to have is better battery life. It's kind of a staple of console upgrades for Nintendo handhelds. And honestly, there's a problem with my Switch where the battery is draining even when I'm not using it. So if you guys could fix that in the Switch Pro model, that would be amazing. And that's what we are doing in regards to battery life. Also, adding a couple more hours would be great. And finally, the Nintendo Switch Pro needs to have a better kickstand. The kickstand on the base model is extremely flimsy and it falls off easily. Granted, it's easy enough to put back on, but it just falls off so much that the Nintendo Switch Pro needs to have a better kickstand for handheld mode or tabletop mode. And lastly, while the Nintendo Switch Pro doesn't need to have this, I would really appreciate it if they gave me the option to pair Bluetooth devices to the Switch, like wireless headphones, as that would be a great addition to the Switch Pro. So, those were a few cool quality of life updates the Nintendo Switch Pro should have, but the Nintendo Switch Pro, to also make it interesting, because it is a Nintendo console, and Nintendo is going to want to make it special, they should add a few new play styles, like how we have tabletop mode, handheld mode, and docked mode on the original Switch. We should add a few more to the Nintendo Switch Pro, so here are my pitches for a few new gameplay modes for the Nintendo Switch Pro. The first of two new gameplay options would be vertical tabletop mode. Now, as you can see in this mock-up, the Switch is on its vertical side, and you can be playing with the Joy-Cons in your hands. Imagine how cool this would be. You would be able to play vertical Nintendo Switch games and be able to flip the interface. Imagine playing a 2D Mario platformer where you had to jump up and up and up. That would be a cool exclusive game for the Switch Pro, actually. And the other new mode is a little far-fetched. It would need to rethink how the Nintendo Switch dock works, but it could be cool and a nice little throwback to the last generation. What if they added a mode where you could play dual-screen games on Nintendo Switch? Think of it like this. The main gameplay happens on the primary monitor while you can view like stats for a game on the Switch handheld mode. It seems like it would be good and a nice throwback to how the Wii U worked. Now, of course, this would need some major revisions from the dock. The dock would not only need to function as a Nintendo Switch dock, but as a Wii U console that streams from the Switch, but also can display two different sides at once. Now, it would be needlessly complicated, but I feel like it could be possible, even though it might bump up the price a little bit. So yeah, it would bump up the price a little bit, but this definitely seems like something that is possible. Finally, let's talk about pricing. Now, realistically, the Nintendo Switch Pro would probably be about $400 or $350, and they could knock down the original model to $250 if they wanted to, but I honestly would feel like I would be willing to pay at most $375 for this, because I honestly feel like all these features would be worth $75, and the Nintendo Switch Pro, the dual screen mode, would probably cost a bit extra to produce, so they'd probably need to make it a little more expensive than they like to, but that is my pitch for Nintendo Switch Pro. Now, to recap, it would have no more Joy-Con drift, a better kickstand, Bluetooth support, and better battery life, while also adding 2 new modes, Tabletop vertical and dual screen. And I honestly feel like this is a good pitch for Nintendo Switch Pro. It adds a bunch of new features that would be great in the original bundle, and I would honestly be willing to pay extra for. But that's all I have for this video. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome content just like this. Again, we are trying to get some subscribers on the channel, so if you could help with that, that'd be much appreciated. And go and follow me on Twitch. Let me know in the comments what you would want in this Nintendo Switch Pro, and if you would be willing to pay for my pitch, what I have pitched here today. But my name is Captain Infinity Films, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!